Hello everyone and welcome back to Gran Turismo 4 and episode 2, where today we're going to finally see the lean green machine in action. So we're going to be taking this Honda del Sol and we're going to take on the Sunday Cup. So without any further ado, let's head back. Running 152 horsepower right now, but we're going to see what we can do with the 4,000 credits that we have. Let's head to the tuning shop. So I think we're going to go to the tuner village. Let's go with Spoon. Why not? I know that they do a good S2000. So let's see. First things first. What sort of turbos can we get on this? We can get up to a stage 3 turbo kit, which is going to push it up to 240. I mean, that's obviously very out of our price range, but that'll be very nice to do later on. Do we have any engine upgrades possible with this? Yeah, but we're going to get more power out of the turbo. Obviously, we won't get any turbo lag with the normally aspirated tuning. But yeah, I think we'll probably go for turbocharging this further down the line. So first things first, let's put on an ECU chip. That's an easy 6 horsepower for the 1,000 credits. So we'll pop that right on. Leaves us with 3,000 credits left to spend, which I mean obviously isn't very much. But let's see what we can afford. So we can't afford a racing exhaust, so I'm not going to pop that on right now. Most likely, I mean the most sensible thing I think that we can do is let's pop on a weight reduction. Let's drop off that 66 kilos or so. Let's let that finish up. Alright, excellent. So that leaves us with 2,000 credits. We're not going to be able to spend that on very much at all, really. Let's see what we've got in the drivetrain. Do we have any sort of a cheap, I mean possibly a flywheel we can pop on? Let's see, it delivers even sharper engine response and improves both acceleration and deceleration characteristics. However, the tendency to lose speed on uphill sections becomes even more severe. Okay, so let's wait on that upgrade. Let's hold on to this 2,000 credits, I think. And then we can... How much do some more rims cost on this? Let's see if we can be stylish and throw on some rims and tires today. So what's on special? So we've got some Acura rims there, which are pretty nice. See, those are pretty nice. Those Nissan rims as well. Let's see. We can put those on. I'm not sure what rims those are, but they look quite nice as well. Some Mazda rims and some Audi rims. I mean, do we go with one of the Honda rims? Now let's throw on these. Let's throw on the Acura rims. Why not? I'll throw some rims onto this, and shall we put a big spoiler onto this car as well? Should we do this? Yeah, I think so. Let's pop that spoiler on. 3D type. Alright, make us look a little more ricey. And yeah, so then let's head straight across into the Sunday Cup. Where are we going? Beginner events. Right, so 5 single race tournament. We're going to start off with the Autumn Ring. Alright guys, so our competition shouldn't be too fierce at all really for the Sunday Cup. And I mean, if we look at our competition, we've got a Fiat Punto, we've got a 106 Peugeot, Scion, Polo GTI. So I mean, it's nothing crazy at all. And we're looking at a 7-point race here. So I mean, I think we should be okay. The only problem I do find with the Autumn Ring is that it's very short, especially over 2 laps. So let's hope that we can overtake everyone. We might do a few cheeky cuts. I'm gonna pretend like I'm 12 again playing this game if I need to. So let's see. All right. We had a little bit of a slowdown in the emulator there, but let's take him out. So let me just pause this for a moment. Let's see if that helps the slowdown. Let it restart. Yeah, there we go. Like I say, the emulator can be a little niggly, and it's probably not the easiest of things to emulate and to record. So my apologies if there are any slowdowns or anything like that. Anyway, yeah, so we're taking the third position from the Scion. Let's throw this CRX into this corner. Try and maintain our speed up the hill. And let's pull in that Peugeot 106 now. Right, throw ourselves around this corner. Right, so we're into second place. I mean, that gives us a lap to overtake the Punto in front, so I think we're going to be okay. So let's rein him in as quickly as we possibly can. Throw the CRX around these corners. A little bit of a cheeky cut there along the apex, but we're okay. We can get away with that. Let's pull this Punto in. Are we going to be able to duck up the inside here? We will if we shove him out the way. Alright, so we're running out of time here. Let's throw ourselves into this corner. There we go, first place. Taking first place up the hill. Let's just cut him off. And we should be A-okay for our first win in the Del Sol. Take that. Alright, perfect. 7 A-spec points. I mean, it was... We obviously had the higher power car there, definitely. I mean, 173 horsepower compared to the competition that we were racing against, but we're off to a good start. Overall, the Del Sol is pretty manageable. It's what you would expect from a front-wheel drive car, pretty nippy. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. I'm probably going to use it for a couple of races still. I mean, we're going to finish up the Sunday Cup, obviously, and then I'm guessing we'll probably use it for the FF Challenge as well. Cash depending. So yeah, but otherwise I'm really enjoying it. So we're into an 8-point race here at I don't remember where we are actually, but yeah, very simple course. Basically an oval. We've got that little bit of an extra bend. We're around halfway through the lap. We should be pretty okay here. We've got an MG ahead of us. Whoop. Really cut that corner way too much. It's a horrible entry into that corner. But alright, we'll make up for it. Let's throw ourselves here. As long as we average around 1.2 overtakes a lap, we'll be okay. So let's pull this MX-5 in. That Alpha in front is pulling a little bit of a lead, but I'm sure that once we've overtaken this Miata, we'll be okay. Is that a Citroen in front of him? Yes, Citroen C3. We'll take him out. We definitely have way more power, to be honest, than these guys. That's alright, that suits me down to the ground. So let's pull... Oh, that's not an Alpha in front. Sorry, my apologies. From the distance, it looked like an Alpha. Is that a Mazda? Is that a Demio? It's a Mazda Demio. The OG king of Gran Turismo. Not really, but you know what I mean. So let's take him out. Move along, Demio. Alright, let's throw ourselves around this last corner for the final lap. Yeah, so like I say, I'm probably going to use the Del Sol for a while. I'm going to try and spice things up with the car selection later on. It's obviously we're pretty limited as the game starts. We've got to first get some cash inflow in, and I'll try to use some of the prize cars in certain race events and things as well. And once we get later on in the playthrough, and everything sort of opens up and a lot of the more easy money routes are accessible to me, I'll do some grinding off screen so that we can have a different vehicle every episode. But yeah, so easy victory in the end for us over the Demio, 3 seconds ahead. The C3 a further 3 seconds back. And Del Sol's treating us well. So almost halfway through this championship. We're another 600 credits to our name, giving us a little extra cash for some upgrades later on. What we can also do is I can finish up the I'll see you in the next episode. I may jump straight into the front wheel drive or the FF challenge, or I might do the A license, because I know that we do get an FF car from that, if I remember correctly, as a prize. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh god, there's a PT Cruiser in this race as well. Definitely can't be losing to him. Let's take our set off. And I love the high speed ring, to be honest. Ever since I believe it was in Gran Turismo 2. Gran Turismo 2 was my first Gran Turismo. So yeah, we're just gonna shoot past these guys on the first corner, or before the first corner, I should say. Yeah, I absolutely love the high speed ring. Again, very simple track in concept. We don't have many, many corners on the track, but it's just a blast to go around, especially when you're not, way overpowered with the opposition. But when you're throwing, 350 kilometer per hour beasts around this track, it gets pretty intense. So again, we're only... Oh, didn't slow down quite enough for that corner. That's 3 seconds ahead. Heading into the tunnel. So yeah, if you guys have come this far in the video, just throw into here. If you have come this far in the video and you're enjoying it, thank you so much for being here. If you would, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on any of the videos, and it really supports the channel. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far already. I really appreciate it. That's the reason why I keep doing this as well. It's great to see the recognition. And like I always say, it's not a big number right now, and it may not seem like a lot, but it means the world to me. So thank you so much. So let's throw this Del Sol into the last lap, building up a nice healthy lead, going very sideways into that corner. I won't lie, I really like the styling on this car. Where I'm from, I don't think I've ever seen a Del Sol. I don't know, was it an exclusive somewhere in the world? Did it not come to certain regions? I don't know. I've never seen one, actually in the flesh. I know it's a real Gran Turismo mainstay, especially when it comes to license tests. It's always generally the first car that you're driving through the B license test, through the basics of cornering tests. But yeah, I've really never seen one up close, and I really like the styling on it. It honestly is quite a looker in my opinion, especially for a cheap, affordable car. And yeah, it's not throw it into the wall. It's a really nice car, and I really like the styling that Honda gave to it. It's really aged pretty well in my opinion. Besides for the garish wing that we put on it, but yeah, we can deal with that. Alright, so throwing it across the finish line. Another 9 A-Spec points to our name. Over halfway through the championship, and we won that race healthily. Another 600. This will be a little over 3,000 credits in the green. Once we're done here, the CRX slowly paying itself off. Alright, so what do we have next? Special stage, Route 5. Alright, so Polo, 206, MGF, and Eagle Talon in this race as well. So another 9-pointer. Yeah, we're not gonna get much competition in this race, or in any of the races left over in the tournament. But yeah, we'll see once the next championship rolls around. I'll see what I can spend on the car. I don't know if we're really going to have enough to spend all that much on the car. Yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, we'll just throw it as it is into the FF challenge and and see what happens. Whoa, 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 whoa. Gran Turismo physics save me every time. I mean, physics-wise, obviously the game is, you know, really good. It was really ahead of its time, but just that's the one place where Gran Turismo has always really suffered, and that's in the damage model. You know, it would be so nice to have some damage on the cars. I know that a lot of manufacturers really limit, you know, how much damage you're able to show a car taking. You know, they don't want their cars to be, you know, to be interpreted in such a way. But I mean, we can have some damage. I mean, we're in 2020 now. We still don't have damage on Gran Turismo Sport. I mean, the game looks beautiful and plays beautifully in every other way, but you know, it just sucks that we don't have that damage model on it. Especially when you look at competitors like Forza, and you know, they obviously don't feel quite the same as Gran Turismo when you're playing them, but you know, just to have that damage for that extra immersion, you know, it does break the immersion a little when you whoa, when you're, you know, when you're ping-ponging your car around, and when you know that you're able to, you know, like I do, then you know that you're able to just, you know, how can I say, just throw the car around the circuit without too much worry, much like what I'm doing right now. Because you know that the car is going to be okay. Alright, but I really need to focus now for these upcoming few corners, otherwise we're going to have to do a repeat of this event. Del Sol going to lose its first event through no fault of its own, but rather through what I feel is my own incompetence. No, guys, I think we're going to lose our first event. Yeah. Alright, so take the bronze and I'll take the blame for that. I'll put the 400 credits in our account. Alright guys, so I'm going to retry this event. I'm not going to make you guys sit down and watch me do this, so I'm gonna jump cut to the end of the end of the second lap, where hopefully I'm leading and winning this race. So yep, see you guys after the jump. Alright guys, so as we go through the tunnel, the second time around has gone much smoother. As you can see, we've got a bit of a gap between us and second place. And yeah, I've redeemed myself in the Del Sol. I'm not going to put the blame on the car. I made a lot of mistakes in the first race. So yeah, second and a half clear of the Peugeot, almost 2 seconds clear of the MGF. The rest of the field around 5 seconds behind. And the Del Sol shows its superiority again. So we'll take that nifty 600 credits. Bank balance slowly building up. Slowly. But definitely surely. In the final race at Twin Ring Motegi. Sorry. Struggling to speak today. So yeah, let's see how this race goes. We've got a Demio here again, Renault Mini VW Polo, and a Golf, or not a Golf, rather a BMW ahead of us. Sorry guys, been a long day. Alright. This feels like a very long straight with this Get Ready to Drive in front of us. And let's go. So on the straights is where I really feel that the Del Sol shows its strength compared to the rest of the field. I feel like it doesn't quite have the torque out of the corners compared to its top speed, but it's got a, as you can see on the straights, we do very well. Throw this into here. Yeah, especially once we get to the end of the straights, and I'm guessing the other you know, the other drivers are struggling a little to really hit their top speeds, or they're starting to max out and level out. That's where our Del Sol just keeps going. See, our speed is still just climbing and climbing. 150, 160. Let's brake. Throw ourselves into this corner. Slipstream the Demio. Stick behind him here. Let's see if we can take him into this corner and have one full lap to ourselves. Out in front, out in the open. Slow ourselves down. Take this nicely. Beautiful. May not speak too soon, but I feel like I'm starting to get more the hang of this car. Starting to get its nuances, starting to know where to turn, where not to turn, what it can handle, sort of learning where the edge of the car is and how I can push it. And as I say that, I run horribly wide. It's always Murphy's Law, that, isn't it? Again, I'm not going to blame the car for that whatsoever. Throw it now into the last penultimate few corners. Demio is a full 5 seconds behind us, almost 6 seconds. Throw the Del Sol back onto the final straight. And we have won our first championship. I'll call it a championship, our first series of races. Another measly 8 A-Spec points for the tally. Beautiful. Another 600 credits for the bank account. Alright, so now we're going to see what prize car we've won. It's always been one of my favorite parts of Gran Turismo, is winning the prize cars. And we've got an Autobianchi Abarth A112, 1979. I think that this car can fit into the Compact Cup. I'll have to look into that. I think it's below 4,000 millimeters. But yeah, not too sure. But yeah, it's definitely a potential candidate for that. Let's go look at our new beast. New course has been added to city courses. Very nice. So yeah, 0.8% complete with the game. Still a long way to go. Yes, so here's the Autobianchi in dark metallized dark grey from 1979, 70 horsepower on it, 700 kilograms, and yeah, not too bad. I mean, it's not something that you would look for every day, but yeah, pretty cool. Let's have a look at what's the power to weight ratio on that. So I mean, it's a 9.8. It's just below the VW Lupo. Yeah, CRX still obviously our best vehicle so far. But yeah, so I think in the next episode, I think we are going to take on the FF challenge. So yeah, so please, if you are still here with me, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. And we're going to take on the FF challenge in the next episode. So I'll see what we can spend on the Del Sol. I'll take you guys through that, and then we will take that on. So thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day, guys. Cheers.